This is Rising Phoenix Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Rhodes. This podcast is for men struggling with an unwanted divorce. I interview experts on divorce, mental health, and I provide insights gained from my own divorce journey. You are not alone. Join me. Hello and welcome to the show. This is episode 183, and as you can see, it's a solo one. I don't have to tell you that. So let's just jump right into the new listens. All of these are the latest episode 182, and there are some places that I have no fucking idea where these locations are. Hove in Brighton and Hove? Is that Earth? I don't know what the. Next on the list, Cardiff. Cardiff, I think, isn't that, is that Wales? Is that UK? I don't know. I'm American. I'm dumb about those things. This one I know exactly where because it says it and I know it. Tucson, Arizona. I know where that one is. And here's one. Mal Malacca? Malacca. Yep. No fucking idea where that is. I'm definitely gonna have to look almost all of those up. Thank you for listening. You all listened to episode 182. So I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to talk about for this one. I had some ideas based on some postings in the Facebook group. Um, by the way, there was some comments or a comment about how you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I'm sure there are some episodes that aren't ideal audio wise. So what I'm doing, what I did a few episodes ago was I decided to use Magic Mastering, which is a feature that Buzzsprout offers. Buzzsprout is the host. Those of you who are longtime listeners are aware of that, but Buzzsprout is where I send it to, and then it sends it out to everybody else. And Buzzsprout has a new feature. Well, it's not that new. I just, with more people joining the Discord, I have a extra cache, thankfully, and so for $6 a month, it masters my episodes. Unfortunately, it doesn't do it to old episodes, so it would be very nice someday to go back through and like, you know how musicians, bands re-release old albums that are remastered. I would love to go back and do that to old episodes. Maybe someday I could perhaps see a day where maybe I back off a little bit on new episodes, two a month, and maybe two remasters. I don't know. It's a just a thought. I would love to be able to do that. I don't know that it will ever happen, but perhaps. Um, so apologies if you couldn't hear me. Um, sorry. Um, I'm always trying to find ways to improve and be better. And that comment was after the fact. To be quite honest, I know that sound is important, obviously, in a podcast, but I don't always hit the mark because I don't always have the time, probably some of the technology, but hopefully going forward, it won't be an issue. And um, hopefully I can someday go back and remaster some of those old ones. Anyway, so what I did want to talk about, I want to cover Discord a little bit, just very, very quickly. Um, so I'll give you the sort of path, the idea or setup that I'm currently running with the Discord. So when you join the Discord, you automatically are if you know anything about Discord, there's different roles and different roles allow you to see different things. And so there are or there are going to be, I'm working on it, three different roles. Obviously my role, bots, some of the leadership guys in there, they have different roles, but three main roles: the observer role, the healing role, and the growing role. And the observer obviously is someone who's just coming in to, maybe he's not comfortable, maybe he's been in there a while, maybe he's not interested in doing any kind of active work. And that active work occurs in two phases: the healing phase and the growing phase. Right now, what I'm working on, first, I'm kind of getting jumbled here. The therapy bot is done. I've gotten some pretty good feedback on it. I think it's pretty helpful. I don't I don't know how many folks are using it, but I know that the ones that are have given me good feedback. So it's so far, I would say it's a really great tool. It's going to get better. That's going to come later. I think I'll focus on specifically improving the conflict resolution ability of the bot. That will come later. But so far, so good on that front. There are two more bots coming. There's a healing bot, or sorry, a heal bot is what I'm calling it. And that will have, it's sort of halfway done. It's got some guided meditations, some guided breathing exercises. This is for guys, obviously, they're in the very beginning and need to take the edge off of their emotions and learn how to utilize things like meditations and breathing exercises to just sort of get out of fight or flight and get back into logical thinking brain. So there's 4 breathing exercises, 4 meditation exercises. They're super short, I think 3 minutes or less for all of them. Again, just to take the edge off, just to get used to even doing things like that. I'm sure in the future I'll add longer length exercises, but those are done. The HealBot is active, but I haven't really launched it, so to speak, because there's more coming, and that more is mini courses. So mini courses on things like shedding shame. What's the first one I'm working on? I can't remember. Emotional regulation, I think. There's 3 in total that are in the works. And these are just 3-day long courses. You're going to get DMs with questions, some quotes, things of that nature, that will sort of help you learn how to do some of those things, whether that be release the shame or regulate your emotions. These are short. These are intended to just sort of introduce different and new things to you when you're going through something that is incredibly devastating, like the beginning stages of a divorce. The hope is that it gives you moments or teaches you some things that can give you moments of peace and clarity and calmness when you're feeling anything but. And so that will be done shortly, and I'm sure I will add to it and change and do different things. It's essentially to help guys get from devastated to indifferent, I suppose. That leads me to the next bot, which is the Grow bot. That's indifferent to grateful, I think. Um, that one's still in development, but it'll be very similar. Different challenges or different courses of various lengths. Nothing crazy. Uh, just the ability to learn um, and challenge yourself. I think there will probably be a course on difficult conversations based on the book Difficult Conversations. Man, AI is. I said to ChatGPT, can you make me a course based on this book, which has been a fantastic book so far. I'm still chipping my way through it, but and it did. It spit out a 7-day course, and so some of that's what's coming. But I also want to emphasize, I don't think I made this point. Actually, this is the second go around, so I think I made it the first time I was trying to record this thing. Um, it's not just about this bot or these bots. It's not about AI, just about AI. That is definitely a part of it. It's also about the community. So when you achieve these things, there'll be posts, and you know, there's plenty of interaction in that Discord server, and there will be plenty of interaction around uh, these mini courses and these exercises. It can't be that all these tools allow us to remain in isolation. I'm being very mindful of making sure that it's not just about doing things in solitude. It can't be. There isn't. I don't think there's healing in solitude. I think you can gain some insight in solitude. I think you can come to some conclusions, but I don't think that there is healing, at least not fully. So if you're if you're hearing all this and you're thinking, this is not a community, this is not what I was hoping to gain from it. If you're considering it, I promise you that you will gain a community, and that's very, very important to me and important to the process of healing, at least as far as I can tell. So Anyway, that's all that stuff. So what did I really want to talk about? Or I mean, I really want to talk about that stuff, but like what was the topic? And I guess, in the spirit of continuing to talk about me, I'll continue to talk about me. So recently I had an opportunity to go back to a place that I once called home. From 1998 to 2001, I lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. I lived on the West Bank of the Mississippi River. So downtown New Orleans, Bourbon Street, French Quarter, that's on the East Bank. I lived on the West Bank. I was stationed there in Belle Chase, Louisiana. And recently I had a work trip that allowed me to spend some time in New Orleans on the East Bank. I was very excited, and all in all, it was a fantastic trip, but it was a very emotional trip. The last time I was in New Orleans was my 10th anniversary. So that was part of the emotion. Um, the I lived there 24 years ago. I arrived there 27 years ago. And it was a very emotional trip, and I was trying to figure out exactly why. Obviously, I mean, there was a little bit of it in terms of it being the last time I was there was the 10th anniversary. There's a little bit of that. There was a little bit of being alone. So the first night that I went down to Bourbon Street. I had a few drinks, or maybe it was only one at that point. I don't know. But I walked up to the banks of the Mississippi, right off Decatur Street. The weirdest fucking thing. You walk up to look down at the Mississippi River. It's New Orleans is a fucking crazy place. Anyway, and there are benches there, and you can sit there and you can look out at the Mississippi. You can look at the Crescent City Connection, which connects the East and West Bank. And I crossed that bridge many times. I have a funny fucking story about uh, an endeavor I undertook once about that bridge. It's a long story, but a good one. Maybe another time. But anyway, I sat there looking at that bridge, thinking about how much time has passed, how sometimes I am very lonely. How about about the last time that I sat there, or that I was at that location? I was with my ex-wife, and I cried. I sat there and I cried, and felt my feelings. And then I got up and I went back to Bourbon Street, and I had a great fucking time. But that wasn't even really the most emotional part of the trip, honestly. The next day, yeah, Thursday, I decided to go drive around the West Bank and go back to places that I used to live, and places that, um, I spent a lot of time. I found my ex-girlfriend's parents' house very easily. That was kind of strange to me how easy it was to find that house. I found an old apartment I lived in. I looked for a couple of old apartments. I drove by the naval base that I was stationed at. And more than anything, it was the ability to, or not the ability, the acknowledgement of time past. Again, I had lived there 20, I got there 27 years ago. That's Jesus Christ, that's a lifetime ago. And that hit me hard. Just the time has just continued to march on. I'm not getting any younger. In fact, in 6 days I'll be 48 years old. That is fucking bullshit. When I got there, I was 21 years old. Jesus Christ. And processing all that and driving around and seeing all these old places, it was very emotional. I didn't cry, but I just felt this overwhelming, I want to say dread in a way, where it was this acknowledgement again of the time that has passed. It's just not stopping. It continues to march on, and someday it was 27 years ago. Someday it'll be 37 and then 47. Hopefully, if I make it. I don't. I hope. I assume. I don't know. I have no idea. Obviously, none of us do. But and it wasn't a lot of like I don't have anyone. I think there was some of that. It was just the acknowledgement that fucking time is not stopping, that I'm not getting any younger, that someday I'm gonna die. Like it sounds no shit. And maybe it also sounds a little bleak and dark, but that's the fucking truth. And I wouldn't say, it's a midlife crisis or anything. I mean, I am probably going to buy a motorcycle in the next few days, but I think that's just more of the fact that my best friend Chris is buying one, and I've always wanted to buy one, and I thought, fuck it, why not? Why not now? And and I'm looking forward to it, but I don't think it has anything to do with a midlife crisis, but maybe shit, I don't know. It's not a red bike if that means anything, or it won't be. I mean, the ones I'm looking at are not. So, oh, speaking of red, one of the things that I did do when I was down in New Orleans, I think if you're on YouTube, you can see that. I won't say what it is. That way, you motherfuckers have to come watch it on YouTube. Those of you in the Discord obviously know that I'm showing off my new tattoo. So yeah, all in all, it was a fantastic trip. I love that city so very much. I think I used to go back and forth with which one do I love more, New York or New Orleans, and I really think it's New Orleans. It's just such a cool fucking place. The food, the music, the people, obviously the alcoholic beverages don't hurt. The sights, the architecture. Yeah, it's just a really cool fucking place. There is a tentative plan to go back in 2 years for my 50th birthday. Uh, so I don't know if that'll be a spring break type of thing or maybe it's a summer vacation type of thing, but we had a conversation in the Discord server about this, and it's a tentative plan for all of us to, or however many want to come, make our way down to New Orleans and celebrate my 50th in 2 years. So if you're interested in that, you don't have to join the Discord server. You should anyway, but I don't know. Send me an email. Oh, one more thing before I wrap up. Obviously, this is a quick one. Although I usually say that and it ends up being way longer than I imagined. But I have, or I am working on developing a newsletter. I don't know how often it's going to come out. I don't even know exactly what it's going to entail yet. But if you go to risingphoenixpodcast.com and click on the top, it says ways to connect. Click on that. And I don't know if you have to scroll down. It's the second thing. I think it's Discord and the newsletter. Um, you can sign up. And all it asks for, I believe it's just your email. I used to have it set up where it was a different service and I was getting names and birthdays, but this one just has email. It's a better service in terms of managing a newsletter, but it's not as adaptable, I guess, or customizable. So uh, please sign up. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to be sending, other than it will be a newsletter. I think it will probably, yeah, I'm not sure. It might be monthly. I don't want to do it weekly. That's too fucking much. I'm not even sure bi-weekly, but what I'm leaning towards is perhaps monthly, and it'll cover two new episodes and two old episodes, and maybe some writings for me and stuff. Nothing crazy. I don't have the fucking time and capacity to do anything crazy, but um, that's coming. If you want to sign up, that's cool. I'd love to have you. I have a few already, but when I first set it up, the initial sign up I set up months ago, and I haven't, it's been taking a while to develop the newsletter. So, but I hired someone to do the social media and also had him work on the newsletter. So that should be coming soon. I just don't know what the fuck it'll be. So, and I'm assuming that whatever it is, you can unsubscribe at any time. I have no interest in spamming or annoying people. That's just not in my nature. So I think that's all I got for this one. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Now
Thank you so much for watching and or listening. If you are feeling alone on this journey, please join our Discord server. Becoming a Phoenix is not a solitary act. It is one achieved through community. Our Discord server is just that, a community of men fighting to survive, thrive, and rise from their divorce. Go to risingphoenixpodcast.com/Discord for information on how to join and what is contained in our Discord server. Please join us.